Okay, so let's add a spin out device blueprint. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new blueprint class of type actor, and let's just call it spin out obstacle or spin out box. Now, computer's been a bit laggy right now for some reason. I'm not sure why, but hopefully it'll be okay. So create yourself your new blueprint and add it. Open it up. And let's bring the window across if it'll be so laggy. I'm just going to add a box collision. So in here you might want to add a mesh of sorts, but I'm just going to add a box collision, and let's just make it 100. My number blocks not on. 100 by 100 by 100, just for the sake of test, and give it a nice little thick line. And I'm just going to tell it to not be hidden again. So I'm only doing that so I can see it. You will probably want to add a mesh to this. So with that box selected, I've gone down to get an overlap, and from here I want to get the pawn player. And with my pawn player, what we're going to want to do is create a timeline. So let's create a timeline. Sure, we'll just call it timeline. It's just going to add a couple of points to it. 3 points. So I'm just holding shift to add some points in. I'm going to manually reset them, so it'll be 0. The next one will be 0.5 at a value of 1. And then the last one can just be at 1. And hit this button so it uses your last keyframe. Cool. And we're going to play that from the start. Off this, we are going to want to get, is it steering axis? Is it steering torque? No, get current steering axis. I thought it was axis. And let's also, oopsie daisy, set the axis. Set steering axis. Now we're going to get this, and let's just do a multiply. And you know what? To make sure, there's a chance that the player might have it at 0, so the axis might be 0. So let's just add 2 to it, just so we know it's definitely going to be something. And for the sake of test, let's set this to be 5. Maybe 4. Oops. Yeah. So do you guys add up and multiply just to make it a nice rounded bigger number? No. Sorry. We're doing it the wrong way around. Times u by 4. Add u into there, and there we go. Let's test that. Let's see how that works. Give that a second to load. A couple of things. I'm being very dumb. How are we gonna test that when? Yeah, we've not put it in the level. Also, I don't think we want to use set steering. I think there's actually, if I remember rightly, sorry, there's actually an event for this. Let's just type in steering, set steering input. There we go. That's where we set the axis. And this time, let's actually remember to add it to the level. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it over here. Okay, and let's test it now. So I'm just going to drive over to it. If I don't get run over by the alpaca first. Cool, and it span me out. Let's test it again. Drive through it. Cool, and it span me out. So obviously you might want to tweak and change a few things here. For example, the spin out lasts 1 second because we say to last 1 second. The amount of spin out can be probably controlled here. So if you want to spin a lot more rapidly, it's at 6. And finally on box, I've got to change the collision type. You see how it bumped when we collided into it? We can change it from overlap to triggers. So let's go ahead, compile and save that. And let's test it one more time, and I think that'll do it. I think that should be the one. Cool, let's drive over. Okay, 6 is quite high. But you know what? Maybe it's not. It's quite fun. There you go. So that's the gist of creating yourself a spin out situation. Okie dokie.